I made this video to go over some of the things that I think are important to understand before you do your first OPA, Online Personality Assessment. So I've entered into the Unit 1 Assignments folder, and I'm going to scroll down to what the first OPA, which is due next week, and go ahead and open that up. And you can see you've got your due date, attempts unlimited, whatever. We view those instructions, and this is where I lay out what to do. I give you the name of the questionnaire, questionnaire 2.1, that will help you find it. I'm going to show you that in a second. I give you the title, the Marlowe-Crown Social Desirability Scale, that will also help you find it. And then I give you some very specific instructions that I'm going to want you to do for most, if not all, of your OPAs. There are a couple exceptions later in the semester, but I always am going to let you know what it is you need to report. In this case, you're going to report your raw score, your standard deviation, and your percentile score, and give an interpretation of that percentile score, which I'll show you in a second. Then I always ask a question in regards to your interpretation of your results. How would you view your inclination to be viewed positively by others? Do you feel like you have a strong desire to be accepted? Why or why not? And then for this one and this one only, I went ahead and did the assignment 2, because I wanted to show you for this first OPA what an OPA is supposed to look like, sound like, feel like. So you can click on this OPA example answer, and maybe it will open up. Not opening up right now. There it is. Okay. So you can see it's not a ton. I know that there are a ton of assignments, but for most of the time, a good paragraph, maybe 2, is all you're going to need. So you can see I'm reporting my raw score, my standard deviation, and my percentile score. So I scored a 5, that's my raw score, on the Marlowe-Crown Social Desirability Scale, which is a negative 1.54 standard deviations below the mean, which is the 7th percentile. I then went on to say this score is a low score. Let me go ahead and hop back over to a resource that I posted for you, this percentile scores description. So I'm back on the main page of Blackboard. Whenever you get that percentile score, I want you to find where it is within these descriptors. And the statistical, we're going to look at statistics related to self-reports video. In that one, I'll go over how these look in that standard deviation. But for the point of your OPAs, you find that percentile score. And remember, mine was the 7th. That falls between the 3rd and the 16th percentile, which is going to be 1 or more standard deviations below average. Don't worry about that as much as that could be a double check. Always use the percentile score. And then there's my interpretation. And as I said, that is a low score. If I had scored in the 85th percentile, I'd find it, 85th falls here in this range between 84th and 97th. I would report that as a high score. So make sure you're double checking your interpretations. I'm going to go back to that Marlowe-Crown Social Desirability. We got to go through it again. Take a look at the answer again. And then this means, I'm going to tell you what that means, that according to this scale, I do not care much about what other people think of me and don't have a strong desire to be accepted. Go ahead and read what else I wrote, because I even said I kind of disagree with it. Like, I don't know that that's exactly right, but then I'm giving some interpretations. I'm surprised the score is so low, because I know that I do care about what other people think, but it's really, there's no right or wrong answer, except the right or wrong is what the score means and your interpretation of it as being high or low, and then you're going to apply it to yourself, if that makes sense. I also want to show you in this video how this looks on Pearson. So in Pearson, I've opened it up to what you see, and I'm on the dashboard, which gives us our course content. It lists it out by chapter. This is in Chapter 2. Remember, the OPA, the personality assessment, is in Chapter 2. And remember, I said this is personality assessment 2.1. So I can read through here, but don't get confused here. Reading 2.1, that's a reading, right? So I want to go down and I'm going to try to find questionnaire 2.1, the Marlow's Crown Social Desirability Scale. You can click on that. And then it says not assigned, but that's because I'm not giving this for points within Revel. But then you go ahead. Hold on. Okay, I probably do have to assign it. But I will make sure that all those get assigned, and the due dates will be set so that you can start. But this is where you would then take that particular assessment. Remember, if you have any questions, to please go ahead and send me an email. I'm always happy to help, but hopefully this video will answer the majority of your questions. Also use my example response for that first OPA as a model for how to report your scores and do a score interpretation. Hope this helps.